Hello, Hannah Gibbons families. This presentation is our open house presentation for the 2022-2023 school year and is being sent out and shared with you to allow you more time to visit your scholars' classrooms and interact with the teachers who work with your children daily. CMSD and the Hannah Gibbons Academic Learning Vision is included here on this particular slide. In our pursuit of a more fair, just, and good system of education, we want each of our learners, both each of our scholars and each of their educators, to be individually and collectively presented with academically, intellectually complex tasks that are worthy of their productive struggle and allow them authentic opportunities to demonstrate their work and their learning of academic content and transferable skills in a joyful and adventurous environment. Located on this slide here is important contact information for our administrators and our lead support staff here at Hannah Gibbons. I am Principal Greg Adkins. Our school phone number is 216-838-0750. You see each of our contact information included on this slide. Our assistant principal is Dr. Robin Simmons, who will be returning to us in October. We have our family support specialist, Miss Nicole Price, and our Project Act life skills coach, Debbie Greenberg. Every 3 years, each CMSD school is required to create an academic achievement plan. Every year, the plan is reviewed with data to determine if the strategies we have in place are best suited to continue to move us forward. Our academic achievement plan focuses on critical thinking and problem solving for our students, as well as academic mindset. Both of those are linked to CMSD's profile of a graduate, and you'll see them embedded in the instruction that the students are receiving daily. The implementation of PBIS is included in our academic achievement plan, that is positive behavior interventions and supports. You may hear your students talking about the points that they've earned, the prizes that they've been able to buy bi-weekly, or the ceremonies, activities that they get to participate in monthly, quarterly, and semesterly as a result of their positive points that they've earned for our 5 Ps. Also included for literacy is systematic instruction, where we're focusing on the big ideas of reading, and also the use of iReady as an instructional intervention with personalized pathways. This is one of our online tools where students will complete a diagnostic assessment in the areas of reading and math, and they will have personalized learning pathways where this is embedded into the blended learning each week. So when students are in their station rotations, one of the options will be iReady, and students will receive personalized instruction based on their overall assessment results. Other offerings that we have here are girls and boys basketball for grades 6 through 8. Girls basketball will be kicking off in the fall, and boys basketball will be kicking off in the spring. We also have our After School All Stars program. We have close to 90 students who are participating currently signed up, and we have created a waiting list at this time. During After School All Stars, which is from 4:05 p.m. when we get out of school until 6:00 p.m., students have the opportunity to participate in a plethora of activities, which some include wrestling, boxing, male and female empowerment, and cosmetology. You may hear your students talking about zero period. Zero period is for our scholars in grades 6 through 8 currently. And they can sign up to participate in additional offerings before school. This is not for a grade, but it provides students with an authentic and equitable time for each student to really express their creative and intellectual potential through the rich experiences in the arts. So what you see at the bottom here is what we have. For music, we have band, beats, and songwriting, as well as West African drumming. In art, we have painting murals, which will be done throughout the building, ceramic creations, and creative designs. In physical education, we have lifetime leisure activities as well in invasion games. Those activities all occur from 8:35 to 9:25 a.m. and then students will report to breakfast with a 9:35 a.m. instructional start of the day. If you need a sheet, please have your child stop by the main office. These were dispersed to all students in grades 6 through 8. For technology, all students have access to a one-to-one device. In grades pre-K to 2, they have iPads, and in grades 3 through 8, they have Chromebooks. As I mentioned previously, we do have a focus on station rotation model where students will have the opportunity to participate in blended learning with the use of their device during the instructional day. We are currently waiting on more devices to be delivered, but if your child is new or has damaged their device, they are on the waiting list and those devices have been ordered. Please be sure to read and review the family device guidelines, which are located on our homepage, clevelandmetroschools.org/Hannah Gibbons, as there are some fee based replacement costs moving forward. We also use PBIS rewards. That's where we track all of our positive behavior as well as house all of our behavior data for any office referrals, minor or major referrals. And parents have access to all of that information for their children by joining their students' PBIS rewards account. We will also use Schoology and Seesaw. Schoology is the primary um, learning management system where students should be completing all of their assignments in every course. We recently made a switch for our student information system. That's where we house our grades. That is where we house all of the students' important information with Power School, and parents will have the opportunity to sign up for Power School as well. Well, Hannah Gibbons has been a Say Yes school. I just want to review that we do have a family support specialist, Miss Nicole Price, who connects our family to free support services and resources in our community. Some of those include mental and physical health services with our partners, Heart to Heart, free legal services, after school programming, housing services, utility services, food services, anything that you may need. Please feel free to reach out to Miss Nicole Price. It's also important to note how the Say Yes Cleveland scholarships work for all CMSD scholars. Say Yes Cleveland provides tuition scholarships to college or career training to all CMSD students who enroll in CMSD from 9th through 12th grade. And the important part is they must reside within the CMSD district boundaries for all of high school. Questions about any of the Say Yes scholarships, including the scholarship portal, applications, and payments to schools, can be directed to the information that you see here directly on this slide. This year, we will be sending out a universal school-based health services consent form as all schools look to become school-based to offer school-based health services for students. So CMSD and Say Yes to Education partner with 17 community agencies to make this happen. Each school's goal is to get signed forms on file for all of our students. And when that form is on file, students are able to receive the care that they may need. And any of the health providers on the form can share information among one another for the student's health needs and initiate treatment as well. This is crucially important as we know that oftentimes scheduling an appointment with doctors could take time. This can reduce the delay in getting an appointment when there is a need. More details on the form. The forms are available at Open House, or you can reach out to our school nurse, Hallie DeLong. She's also going to be reaching out to families to support you in completing this form. We must have completion of the form for your child to receive any of those services from our health providers. And when you sign that form, you are giving permission for the district to share the form with the partners to give them permission to deliver any of the services that are not crossed out or denied on the form. Some of the services include physical exams, well child, sports, work permit physicals, um, care and treatment for injury or illnesses, medical administration to your students, routine lab tests, care for common pediatric adolescent health concerns, things like weight, acne, menstrual problems, care of certain chronic conditions such as asthma, seizure disorders, or diabetes, any mental or behavioral health services, drug or use, alcohol use treatment, sexual wellness services, vision and hearing screening and treatments, lead screening and testing, COVID 19 testing and screening, any dental screenings, which could include dental x rays, sealants, cleanings, therapeutic fillings, fluoride applications, um, sports medicine services, also immunizations or shots. And on the form, you could select certain ones that you may want your child to opt out of. But all of those are included on the form as well. CMSD has a parent ambassador program where there's a part time parent ambassador in every school to support just the family, school, and partnerships. We do currently have a parent ambassador, and her name is Leslie Graham, and she is the parent of a Hannah Gibbons student. Please look to hear from her as well. Our school does receive Title I dollars, which includes support for instructional aides, teachers, technology, reading and math programs, and family engagement. Our school currently receives $3,532.47 for family engagement activities to support our priorities that we've outlined earlier in the presentation. What is the purpose of the ESSA funds? Every Student Succeeds. This is just to inform parents and caregivers of their rights and roles within the student school building as it relates to being included in decision making, participating in any school based parent organization, which we year after year are trying to get launched and ready to go. So if you have an interest, please reach out to Miss Nicole Price, our family support specialist. Providing input on how we spend the funds, ensuring that we're engaging in two-way communication with our parents, and also removing barriers to participation. Parents do have the right to know about the teaching qualifications of their child's classroom teachers in a school that's receiving the Title I funds. You can request this information from the principal. Notification if your child is being taught 4 or more weeks by a teacher who is not highly qualified. Whether the teacher has met the state qualification and licensing criteria for the grade levels and content areas that they're teaching. Whether the teacher is teaching under just an emergency or provisional status through the state, through which state qualification or licensing criteria has been waived. Whether the teacher is teaching in the field of discipline or certification that they currently hold. And whether your child is provided services by paraprofessionals, and if so, what are their qualifications? So, how can you support these programs? Participating in our school parent organization, asking to participate in the development of that academic achievement plan we talked about, attend any sponsored programs or activities that we have, and support your child's learning by creating a learning space for them to do schoolwork and exposing them to resources and enrichment opportunities in the community, many of which are often shared in our family newsletters. And you could also participate in family engagement activities and programs sponsored by the district, like Parent University workshops and those offerings. Last year, CMSD launched PACE, our planning and career exploration for students that are in grades 6 through 12. We will continue and go more in depth with that this year with our students in grades 6 through 12th grade, 6th through 8th at our particular building. But there are a variety of quality in school curriculum and out of school lessons and experience to begin to help students explore what it is they would like to do as they move forward. So, what is their career goals? What is their vision? What are the steps that we can take to help them get there and begin to put those steps and set them up for success? As you know, student attendance is very important. The state has recently changed from days to looking at hours and minutes that students are present. We know that good attendance means that students miss less than 10 days of school in a year. Students who have good attendance are likely to increase their reading scores by 12 points, math scores by 15 points, and their chance to remain on track for graduation by 34%. Ask your child if they're learning every day and if they feel safe in school. If your child is having negative experience, call or visit the school to address those with the educators. Monitor your child's academic progress. One way is to sign up through Schoology. Make sure your contact information is up to date with the school so you are receiving all of our communication. Talk with your child about the importance of getting to school every day and make that your expectation. And just help your child maintain daily routines, such as a certain bedtime, routines when they come home from school. What time is it that they're focusing on their homework before they hop on a tablet or perhaps a game? Our COVID-19 procedures remain the same in terms of reporting. To report positive cases, you can call the school directly, or you could call 216-838-WELL, email covid@clevelandmetroschools.org. If you or a student are exposed to COVID, you may come to school, but you must mask for 10 days after exposure. If symptoms do develop, you must stay home and get tested. If you're exposed to COVID in school, you will be asked to mask for 10 days after exposure. Vaccines are still the best way to protect yourself and your family. Vaccines for everyone ages 6 months and up are available through the Cleveland Department of Health, who can be reached at the phone number identified below. Each year, students take a series of assessments to help us identify where they are and identify where they need to go. It helps our teachers provide and plan for instruction to meet your child's needs. Below are links to testing resources provided by CMSD and the Ohio Department of Education to look at the various assessments. The third grade reading guarantee is still in place. This identifies students from grades K to 3 that are behind in reading and will be placed on a RIMP, a reading improvement and monitoring plan. The third grade reading guarantee ensures that every struggling reader gets the support that they need to be able to pass, to be able to learn and achieve, and be able to learn and achieve. Although Ohio has made temporary changes to the criteria for passing grade 3, students who are not on track in reading still must receive those interventions that are tracked through the RIMP. All parents are encouraged to participate in the RIMP meetings with the classroom teacher so you are aware of the students' interventions. True to You is for our 8th grade students, and this is a volunteer youth development and career awareness mentoring program, which also falls under PACE, where students are focusing on career awareness, decision making, what their high school options are to help them choose and help the families choose the best options for students as they're preparing to go into 9th grade. There's a visioning process, helps them build relationships, and helps them identify their strengths and their interests. This will launch in October with regularly scheduled meetings. There are in school advisory sessions from October through May that are led by 2 or 3 mentors who will come into the school for 2 hours to work directly with the students. In March through May, there is an out of school experience where students get to leave the classroom and get behind the scenes tours of local workplaces to see firsthand the kinds of careers available to them just right here in the 216 in Cleveland. In the at the end of the year, there's a culminating event in May where all of the 8th graders across the district get to come together with their mentors to reflect on their experiences throughout the year. Through an interview process, students are selected or could be selected to sit on the True to You Student Advisory Committee just to help evaluate, revise, and update the curriculum for the following year. Students do receive a stipend or money for their participation through YOU if they're selected to participate in their summer programming. CMSD has a humanware department that focuses on the very crucial social and emotional learning for all students and the 5 SEL competencies that are identified to the right in that pie chart. In grades pre-K through 5, students are using a curriculum called PATH, which helps them focus on these 5 SEL competencies. In grades 6 through 8, they use a curriculum called Second Step to help focus on these, as well as Hannah Gibbons has a special partnership with Arts Impact where we do social and emotional residencies through art to help the students also focus on these competencies. As I mentioned, PATHS is in grades pre-K to 5. Second Step is in grades 6 through 8. Each school has now anti-bullying, waive conflict mediation. We have a full-time planning center, which is staffed by Mr. Kennedy. We have student support teams to help families and students with academic, behavioral, attendance needs as well. Classrooms, in-bed class meetings. We have a school-based mental health services provider at our school. We work with Heart to Heart, and our counselor is Miss Lewis. We all have access to rapid response and crisis response for a student who is in crisis as well. Each year, students do take a conditions for learning survey to let us know how they feel about safety and their learning in the school as well. We have an entire special education team here at Hannah Gibbons with special education related services being offered at every school. When we say related services, we mean things such as occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech and language services, things of that nature. So, students with disabilities are included with their grade level peers in all educational programming unless their IEP calls for a separate setting for part or all of the day because of the nature or severity of their disability. If you suspect that your child has a disability that's affecting their education, please communicate that with the school, preferably in writing, so that the student support team can convene a meeting with you. Please visit the special education website at CMSD's website. Special education main line is 216-838-7733. We also have parent mentors who can assist you with the special education process should you have any questions or concerns or just overall questions. We also urge you to reach out to the school first, as many of our talented intervention specialists are available to assist you as well. The public is invited to comment at any time on the district's use of federal special education funding. Please again visit the CMSD website, search for special education, and click on the link for public comment on the left side. We have a full-time Project ACT life skills coach named Debbie Greenberg who works with any student who can receive homeless services. This includes any family who may be residing in a shelter, doesn't have a current home, or are doubled up with another family. For more information regarding Project ACT, you may call 216-838-0201. We have a multilingual, multicultural education department. All of their contact information is included here. This is for any families who are English language learners and their primary language at home is not English. CMSD offers a customer experience department, and as a part of that department, the CMSD wants to communicate with heart. Our customer service programs designed to provide quality customer service for all of our stakeholders. Their mission is to raise expectations and increase satisfaction for every visitor who makes contact with the CMSD employee, school, or office. To connect with customer service, you may use the information that you see here on the screen as well. We also have access to the Ombudsman's office. Contact the Ombudsman office for issues or concerns at the school level. Prior to contacting the Ombudsman's office, you must ensure that you've exhausted all efforts to resolve the issue at the building level. and that you feel strongly that your concern or issue requires mediation. You believe that a school or district policy has been violated. Also, this week, our state report card was released, and while we don't have a slide on it, we would urge and encourage everyone to check out the Ohio Department of Education's website to take a look at the Hannah Gibbons uh, report card. We are excited about the progress that our educators, our families, our students have made over the past year. We know that the pandemic has hit everyone hard, but we are happy to report that we've nearly rebounded to where we were prior to the pandemic. What you'll notice as a change is that there are no longer grade scores, but instead everything is based on stars, with 5 being the highest star. The Ohio Department of Education would like to see everyone earn 3 or more stars. I am proud to announce that Hannah Gibbons has earned 3 stars for progress, means that we are making progress in regards to academics. We've earned 3 stars in the area of gap closing. Gap closing looks at if we're closing gaps for subgroups of kiddos. So, for example, are we closing the achievement gap for kiddos with special education, for our English language learners, for our gifted population, and things of that nature? So, there's 3 stars there as well. Overall, we earned 2.5 stars as an overall school, and we look to continue to make much academic strides this upcoming school year. Thank you for participating in this video. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.